Say, this is the man who prophesied that this pope who is there now would be the last pope.
So welcome to the gospel. On this channel, you are going to get soul lifting message, faith content, and video that will help you to grow your spiritual life. Remember, don't forget to subscribe this channel for more new video updates.
In 1139, all right, that is the year 1139, an Irish bishop called St. Malachy, all right,
Come on.
whilst he was there in the Lateran Basilica with all these bishops and priests, he claimed, listen to this now, he claimed to have received a vision that showed him all the popes that were to come until the end.
Wow. Wow.
So he listed them.
Wow.
But what he did was to list the happenings around them,
Oh.
or rather their characteristics. He would not mention a name. He would mention, let's say, there is going to be Brother Felix. He will look like this, and you will look like this, and maybe mention your wife, Michelle. And people will be like, yeah, that looks like the guy who would marry Michelle, and then this would happen. So we look at the prophetic way that way. So he is in there, and he begins to see a vision. And he looks at this vision, pop after pop, pop after pop is coming, pop after pop. And some people say, but what? Like what? Let me give you like Pope John Paul II. He called him Della Bore Solis. Della Bore Solis. That's what he called it. Della Bore Solis. What it means was when he put it, he said, there's another Pope who is coming. Della Bore Solis. Meaning to say, from the sun. It really means from the labor of the sun. S-U-N, not S-O-N.
Oh.
He was born during an eclipse and died and was buried during an eclipse.
Born and buried. Eclipses
Now
are
just
rare.
imagine, this is a man who went beyond and took prophecy somewhere. By this, I'm not saying he got it from God or he didn't get it from God. I'm simply analyzing what he called a prophecy. Then we go to Paul the 6th. He said, from the flower. From what? The flower. And if you look at his actually insignia, you know, because every pope comes in and puts his insignia, or rather coat of arms. His coat of arms bears 3 flowers. And yet he prophesied this. We're talking about hundreds of years now.
Wow.
It's coming with flowers.
Wow.
This is 900 years old, and they published it in the secret archives. All right. And then they removed it and put it in a book, all right, called Magna Mater. And that was 400 years ago.
Wow.
And he's still prophesying about Pope John Paul. Then comes Benedict the 16th. He calls him Gloria Olivae.
Glory
From the what?
there.
From the olive. Glory of the olive. And when you raise an olive branch, it means you are men of what? Of peace. And that was his main motto, peace.
Wow.
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 So where did he get this information?
Wow.
Where did he get this idea that these people are going to come years and years, 10, 20, hundreds? And the man has already seen it and is writing it down. Listen, I did not say he got it from God. But I also didn't say he got it from the devil. I'm just trying to show you that he was accurate.
It was accurate. Hey, sir.
Then John the 22nd, this is what he says. He says, from a bonny shoemaker.
Bonnie shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
And guess what? The father was a shoemaker.
Wow.
I'm saying this to say this is the man who prophesied that this pope who is there now would be the last pope. So we definitely know that the prophecy of St. Malachy was correct.
That's correct.
Listen, even if you are attempting to prophesy, right, to bring in 112 in order,
No way.
even if you are a liar or a madman to the level of a person who thinks he's a poached egg, to attempt 112,
112.
we should clap hands for this guy. 112.
Absolutely. Nah, it's too much.
So, should we believe this prophecy that this one who was there is the last pope? So imagine 112 prophets from Malachi Omogiso Celestine II to Petrus Romanus, who he says is going to be the last pope. Now it's Petrus Romanus, but the one who died is Francis. But the problem is Francis' father is called Peter. But remember what it says. The last prophecy, put it up there. Saying Malachi's final prediction is in full ease. In the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church there, they will reign Peter the Roman. What is this? Who will feed his flock amid many tribulations, after which the 7 healed city. 7 what?
Healed city.
There is only one city called the 7 healed city. So there is no other city except the Vatican.
We're ready.
The book of Revelation chapter number 17. And I read from verse number 8.
You say Revelation.
The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wander, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. And when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, okay, on which the woman sitteth. Please show us the Rome. Do you see that?
Oh.
How many mountains are we having?
1, 2, 3,
7.
7.
That's Vatican.
Mountains.
This calls for a mind with understanding. The 7 heads of the beast represent the 7 hills where the woman rules. They also represent 7 kings. Hear me now. Most people do not understand when the foundation of the state of the Vatican
Tell us, sir.
was established. That's 1929.
1929.
I want you to put the list of the popes.
Wow.
The list. Pope Pius, of course. Then Pope Pius again, another one came. Then Pope John. Then Pope Paul. Then Pope John Paul I. Pope John Paul I only did 33 days.
Hey.
All right, let's leave it there. Then we have Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict, and then Pope Francis. Of course, he is now. Why we put present day is because there is no other Pope at the moment.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Pope Pius, look at that. Is it the 11th?
Yes, sir.
Now here, it's 1922 to 1939. When did the foundation of the Vatican come to be?
1929.
Pope Pius, 1922 to 1939. That means he is the one who was present when the Vatican became sovereign as a state. Let's read the scripture. And there are 7 popes. Then 5 will die. After 5, we'll see death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please put the list again. If we are starting from 1929, that means Pope Pius the 11th will die. Pope Pius the 12th will die.
Right.
Pope John Paul the 23rd will
right.
die. Pope Paul the 6th will die. Pope John Paul,
The first.
who we have 33 days only, will also die. So you know when I will cut the 5. So Pope John Paul I is 5 are dead. But then 1 is. When 1 is, now start to take note. When Pope John Paul II comes, take notice. Now you're getting what I'm saying. That means there is a marker that says this is the 5th one. Look at what happens to him. If you look at it, it just says 1978. There is no 1978 to anything.
Nothing.
It's 33 days. Died of a heart attack. Mysterious.
Mysterious.
We move from there to 1978. Look at what it says. After that one, Pope John Paul II, 1978 to 2005. How many years is that? So 27. That means, no, go back to the scripture. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen. Then 1 is 6. Then the others don't yet come. Now we have 7. But when this one comes, he must continue short space. So we know Pope John Paul II will do more than the one who will come. So Pope John Paul II comes in, and he does 27. And the second one, what happens? How many years?
8 years.
Let's continue. He must continue short time. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th. Now we have a problem because Malachi said Pope Francis is the beast. The Bible seems to say, if we are taking 1929, seems to indicate that Pope Francis might be the beast. So Pope John Paul comes in, Benedict does a few years, and then comes the other one, 2013 to what?
2025.
25. 2013 to 2025.
12
12
years.
years.
Better than
The previous one we did.
the
8
previous
years.
one.
But,
But he's saying the one who will come, who might be Francis, who will be almost the same, like continue the order of Benedict. Now, I want you to go back to the list. Please, get the scripture open.
Verse 10. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen.
Now, Pope Pius, Pope John, and Pope Paul, and Pope John Paul the First. Now 5 fallen.
And one is.
Pope John Paul II is.
And the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Exactly, short space. And what happened to Pope Benedict? Did he die? Yes, he died. What did he die, Pope? No, he resigned. So the one who takes over him is of the 7. He's In 2013, he had a Spanish news agency, had an interview with the Pope. And you know what he said? He was asked if a certain circumstance comes in, and due to circumstance you can't continue, what will happen? Do you know what he said? He said, I've already written. I've already written a letter of resignation.
Oh.
And it's with the Secretary of State, Betona.
Oh.
And I've written the reasons why in the letter. I don't know where he put it.
Whoa.
But he has it.
Whoa.
Here is the problem.
Whoa.
He said, the letter is with Betona. But Betona was replaced by a man called Petrus Paralini. He's now the Secretary of what? Of State. And Secretary of State is the President. When the President is not there. If in other democracies. So Betona is no longer the Secretary of State. Right now, the one who leads the conclave, or rather, the Secretary of State right now is Petrus Paralini. Problem with Petrus Paralini is he is from Italy, and his name is Petrus. So he is from Rome. Petrus Romanus. Oh, let's go back to the prophets of Malachi. Saint Malach's final prediction in full. In the final persecution of the Holy Roman, they will reign Peter the Roman. Okay, you did not get it.